Diagnostic assessment is an assessment that you give at the beginning of the school year. It is meant to give you an understanding of what your students know and are able to do. This is important because data from it helps you design an instruction that challenges students but isn't overwhelming for them. Diagnostic assessment can be in the form of a written test, Venn diagram, or questions in a discussion setting.
When looking at best practice for math assessment, two styles came to my mind: formative assessment and progress monitoring. Formative assessment is monitoring students' progress during instruction and learning activities, which includes feedback and opportunities to improve. When we did our teacher interviews, I interviewed a family friend and former teacher, Mrs. Binman, who is an elementary and math teacher. Her main goal for assessment was to inform, because she assessed to check for student understanding and was also assessing to see how she was doing as a teacher. This allowed for both her and her students to have opportunities to improve. Progress monitoring is the second form of assessment I will be looking at. According to our Assessment is Essential book, progress monitoring can be a powerful motivator. Within progress monitoring is mastery monitoring. Mastery monitoring is a method of monitoring progress by tracking student completion of different tasks that, when completed, indicate achievement of the learning goal. One way of tracking students' achievement in math is by having students graph their progress. This was mentioned in our book and is something I did while in elementary math class. This was a great way for both the student and teacher to check for progress.
When assessing reading, you can use progress monitoring, specifically general outcome measurement, which monitors progress using several brief yet similar tasks that indicate achievement of the learning goal. An example would be to read one page of text without mistakes. Goal setting is also useful. Goal setting is when the teacher and student set specific short-term goals together which they can both work towards. This assesses student abilities and also gives them encouragement. Class presentations, such as Reader's Theater productions, are also useful for assessing students' reading abilities. According to our textbook, Assessing Students in Groups by David Johnson and Robert Johnson, the cooperative goal for class presentations is for all members to learn the material and being presented and gain experience in making presentations. When assessing writing ability, peer assessment is an appropriate strategy. Peer assessment occurs when peers collect information about the quality or quantity of change in a student's performance. This process could be used in a writer's workshop format, using peer editing and peer conferencing or feedback. Assessing students using observation or by collecting samples of students' work would also be appropriate ways of assessing the writing ability of your students. It is also helpful to develop a rubric when assessing students and their work. It is important to involve the students in the creation of the rubric so they know and agree to the expectations.
When teaching science in the classroom, problem-based learning seems to be a great fit. Problem-based learning is an instructional approach built upon learning activities. They engage students' interest and motivation. The activities are designed to answer a question or solve a problem and reflect the types of learning and work people do every day outside of the classroom. Problem-based learning can help students improve their skills of communication and presentation, organization and time management, research and inquiry, self-assessment and reflection, as well as group participation and leadership skills. Performance is normally assessed on an individual basis and takes into account the quality and depth that has been produced and gathered. Assessment can be done in performance tasks, teacher observation, personal communication, as well as a student and teacher developed evaluation rubric. Assessment for problem-based learning can have a variety of benefits for the students. It can help make content connections clear. It can engage students directly in the evaluation of their own work. It helps students plan for future assignments or projects, and it can help the teacher plan their next step for instruction.
Projects are another form of assessment. They require students to apply their knowledge and skills and create a final product. This form of assessment allows students to work at various levels of difficulty. This is very beneficial because students have different levels of achievement. Examples of projects in an elementary social studies setting include songs, skits, map making, displays, fairs, and junior achievement. Summative assessment is an assessment given once instruction is complete. This assessment sums up what students know and are able to do. Summative assessments can be in the form of projects, tests, writing assignments, charts, and discussion.